of equation substitute. Use this method. This is the second method. Use this method when one of the equations is solved for one of the variables or if it is easy to do so. And I'll give you some examples, show you what this means. So, substitution is going to be easy when one of the equations is you solve out of y equals. It means the equation was solved for y. That's a good and easy one to do. Use one of the variables to solve for one of the equations. Okay, so let's say our system is going to be 2y equals 10x minus 36, and then I have y equals negative 3x plus 6. So 2y equals 10x minus 36, y equals negative 3x minus 6 plus 6. Which one of those, the top or the bottom, which one of those is solved for y? Everyone see that? Okay, why isn't the top one solved for y? There's a 2 there. Okay, so this one is solved for y. So what does y equal? Yep, the answer to that right now is negative 3x plus 6. Y equals negative 3x plus 6. So our goal is to find out where these two lines intersect, right? What they have in common. So if y equals negative 3x plus 6, what does this y also have to equal? If we want to find out where they're in common, this y has to be this y also has to be this. So this equation right here, this one has been solved for y. So I'm going to put parentheses around what y equals. And we're going to substitute negative 3x plus 6, using parentheses, for y in the first equation. So we know that y has to equal negative 3x plus 6. We'll figure out the answer eventually. We're going to take that negative 3x plus 6. It's going to go for that y right there. So notice the parentheses. We always substitute with parentheses. I have a 2 in front, so I'm going to go 2. Now instead of y, what am I going to write? So parentheses, negative 3x plus 6 equals 10x minus 36. So the substitution changes it from an equation that has two different variables, an x and a y, to an equation that now has only one variable. Shows up twice, but there's only one variable. Okay. So now we can solve. We're going to distribute and solve for x. Here it's just solving. Skipped a few steps in there. You follow along though. I added the 6x over to the right hand side, added the 36 over to the left hand side, divided by 16, got x to be 3. Yes. Yeah. 48 by 16. Good question. 48 divided by 16 because we're dividing by 16. So 48 divided by 16. Are we done? We can, but this is the x. What other variable do we have? Y.
Oh.
We're not done yet. What? Yeah, that should work out fine. So we need the y. What does y equal? Think back to the original. Negative 3x plus 6. Do we have a number for x now?
Yeah.
So we're going to resubstitute. We're going to come back up here, take that up there, and we're going to do a resubstitution. Resubstitute. So y equals negative 3 times 3 plus 6. So y equals negative 3. So your answer would be 3, comma, negative 3. What happens at that point?
The lines intersect.
That's where the lines intersect. Bless you. Two, three more of these maybe. Okay. Y equals 8x minus 50. X plus 4y equals negative 2. So the first equation is set up very similar to what we had for our first example. First equation is already y equals, it's been solved for y. So this part is going to go where? It's going to go down there, it's going to replace the y because it's y equals. Now it doesn't always have to be y equals, it can be x equals and then it would replace the x. This is going to become x plus, now it's 4y, so it's going to be 4 parenthesis 8x minus 50, close parenthesis, equals negative 2. So x plus 4y equals negative 2. Y equals 8x minus 50. You can take it from there. Oh, we were doing the next one. So you're going to solve for x. Yep, keep going. Yes. Why is the easiest way to go? So we get the 6 for x. Now, when we go back up, doesn't matter which equation we go into. We take this x equals 6. Can I go into the first one the same as the second one? Yes. So it can go into either one. Now, one is usually easier than the other. So the one that's already equals, that's the easier one. This one, if you plug it in, you'll have to solve for y, move across the equal sign. So that's the easier one to go into. Y equals 8 times 6 minus 50. That's 48 minus 50, which is negative 2. So we get 6, negative 2 is your answer. Or 60. Right. Okay. Several disturbances here. I know you guys are finishing that from yesterday. Just hang on to it. When we're done with the lesson, then you can sit down now. When we're done with the lesson and we're all working, then you can turn them in. Okay. So just sit tight, distracting the other people. Okay, what about this? This one usually throws people for a loop. Using substitution, we're not going to be graphing this. Using substitution, how do you solve that? Y equals 3x minus 4 and y equals negative 2x plus 11. Christian?
You just take one of them and put it in the y.
Yeah. So, which one solves for y? Both. So, what you do, think of the same, exactly what Christian said, think of what I told you to do. You take y equals this, and you substitute it for the y in the other part. So the only thing that will be on this side is this other equation. So what it looks like is 3x minus 4 equals negative 2x plus